Sit down, shut your mouths,
and watch The Gift of Gabe. Yo, party peeps, what is up? It's your boy, the best gabber in the biz. Oh man, what an absolutely incredible 5-year anniversary Dynamite that we just had. Just real quick moment. Happy 5 years to every single one of you that has been right here with me and everyone else who's been watching AEW since Dynamite since the very beginning. And even if you joined somewhere in between, whether it was in 2020, 2021, 2022, any point up to here, welcome. It is just the beginning, as crazy as it seems after all the great moments that we have gotten over AEW's history. There is still so much more to come over years and years and years from now officially the second most profitable company in the entire country, and literally finally the first real successful, long-term successful company since WWE. And they showcased all of that why tonight here on Dynamite. So guys, let's just gab about it. So many big things happened tonight. Let's just talk about how we kicked things off. Ricochet, Osprey, International Championship. Oh man, was it phenomenal. They even did that sequence. Oh, Jesus. But the match was phenomenal. Honestly, I had it in my head. I'm like, they're going to probably end up running this back at Wrestledream. Ricochet might even turn heel afterwards, and then that's what sets up them doing it one more time at Wrestledream, and then that's where Ricochet wins. But they threw a whole curveball, which I honestly absolutely love, and I know all of us do too. The match ended up in a double pinfall, but Tony Khan said, nah, restart the match. They kept going at it, and just when Osprey thought he was going to put Ricochet down, well, bam! The moment happened that we had been expecting for a while. Takeshita turned on Osprey, beat him and Ricochet's ass, and then held the international title up high. So it looks like it's going to be made official most likely this Saturday or even next Wednesday. Oh, God, this is insane. It sounds like a dream. Takeshita, Osprey, Ricochet, triple threat, and perfectly it's coined at this pay-per-view Wrestledream, because that is a Wrestledream. 3 of the best athletes in this company in the entire world are going to go at it to decide who is the true workhorse of this company. Honestly, one thing I know, Osprey is not leaving as the international champion. I think either Takeshita is winning or Ricochet turns and he ends up pinning Osprey, protecting Takeshita, and that's how we get Ricochet as the new international champion. And I'll talk sometime, like another day, maybe next week, of what could happen with Ricochet once he turns heel and joins, a certain faction and that likes to, hurt some people. But the fact that we're getting this triple threat on top of that incredible banger that we saw between Ricochet and Osprey, dude, hell effing yeah. This is why we are AEW, and this is always where the best will wrestle. Oh, and it's going to be such a dream freaking in just 10 days when they go at it in this triple threat. It's just going to be on another level, bruv. Guys, tonight on Dynamite, we saw huge debuts and even some returns. A debut coming in the form of Shelton Benjamin, helping to form the rest of the Hurt Syndicate with MVP and soon to be Bobby Lashley and, Powerhouse Hobbs, eventually Ricochet. Either way, but a return that we saw tonight that was just as anticipated and we loved just as much. The return of the Switchblade, and honestly fitting for AEW's night tonight, the one true catalyst of pro wrestling, J.A. White, came back, beat up Hangman, and now it looks like we are getting another Wrestledream level match of Hangman versus Jay White at Wrestledream in just 10 days. Again, I'm sure that will be made official over the next week, but here's how I think this is going to go. I think we get Jay White, Hangman, Wrestledream. Jay White pins Hangman, gets revenge, but Hangman don't just let shit, die easily. I think the feud continues after that, and when I go to Full Gear on November 23rd, I think they run the match back one more time, but in a stipulation, and I think I know the perfect one. So I say, normal match, Jay White wins at Wrestledream over Hangman, and then at Full Gear, Jay White, Hangman, Texas death, and shit hits the fan, dude. Ooh, I can't freaking wait. For all you haters that are like, you really have to have been shut up, and you're gonna get shut up a lot more for like over a decade and plus starting tonight. But honestly, y'all are always like, Jay White, he's being wasted. He's still done so much over like the freaking year and a half he's been here, and he's gonna do a hell of a lot more. He's gonna be world champion someday. He's gonna hold a singles title, definitely next year. I have no doubt. Hell, if they do another Casino Gauntlet for a guaranteed world title shot, Jay White possibly wins that whole thing. But just for right now, Jay, it is so good to have you back. Drop Juice just got even more rock hard, and the guns will be a lot more, better after they just got, whacked in the back with some chairs. But they'll be happy to see you after and be like, hey, it makes getting hit with a chair by Hangman worth it, even though, again, that shit probably hurt. But man, if there's only one phrase I could really say to sum up how I feel about Jay White being back in the Bang Bang Gang, being back in full force, I don't know, it's on the tip of my tongue. Oh yeah, guns up! Guys, after everything Darby has been through over these last few weeks, including losing his world title opportunity against Bryan Danielson in his own home state in the main event of Wrestledream in 10 days, he kind of is at a loss. He doesn't really know what he wants to do, but he knows how to find out. He's just gonna keep fighting just like he's been doing all his life. So he has issued an open challenge for Wrestledream for anybody in the back. So whoever wants it, come get it. Because Darby, it's not impossible to keep him down for a little bit, but he is literally impossible to kill. So whoever you are, you better make sure you bring the fight. I have two suspicions of who that possibly could be. One, Adam Cole, baby, because he's getting ready to return, and that'd be a pretty good feud to keep Darby busy for a little while before he eventually goes back to trying to beat Jon Moxley and take down this new, more dangerous version of the BCC. So, and God, Cole versus Darby, whoo, that'd be phenomenal. Or, I mentioned him as being a future member of the Hurt Syndicate. It could be Powerhouse. He could return, just literally beat the shit out of Darby, like bad, because Darby can sell with those big man attacks, dude. He can sell the meat. He does it like nobody else. And on that night, I see Lashley coming out and taking out Swerve, and the Hurt Syndicate being almost fully formed. So I could definitely see Hobbs, before standing with Lashley and Shelton and MVP, literally just beating the shit out of Darby and being like, "Yo, I'm here to just hurt people, and y'all have no idea what you're in for." So because both of those two are pretty much ready to go, I think it's going to be one of those two. I can't think of really a third wildcard option. You can let me know if you have any ideas, but those are the names I'm going for. And honestly, I think a lot of you will be pleased with that just as well as I, because just thinking about those two getting ready to come back and, go on a tear just has me feeling, like I need it! Guys, tonight we main evented this show 5-year anniversary with the final encounter, the final match in the trilogy, Danielson versus Okada, 3 for all the marbles for only 20 minutes, which Okada survived. He didn't lose his Continental title, but he did just lose out on winning the AEW World Championship. Danielson survives in a 31-minute classic, the best one of their trilogy. This match was absolutely incredible. Some shots were stiff because these are two of the best ever in the game. But, whoo, man, this match was phenomenal. Danielson, still the world champ, is going to walk into Wrestledream, or I think no matter what, whether he loses to Moxley or gets cashed on by Christian Cage, will be his last night as a full-time professional wrestler, his last night as a world champion. But I gotta be honest, guys, I have this really, really weird feeling. I got a feeling Wheeler is gonna turn on Danielson at Wrestledream. I really do. Tonight was kind of the really biggest step he took into choosing a side, and the fact that he chose Danielson before the pay-per-view, and it's going to team with him next week, against Claudio Impact, I don't know, dude. I think he's about to turn. He's either going to turn and help Moxley win, or at the end of the night, when, BCC's probably beating Danielson's ass, he literally just helps them and shocks everyone. They all walk out and Christian cashes in. Hell, he could still be by Danielson's side and, Moxley could win, or Christian can still cash in. All of these options are still on the table. And personally, I really kind of, while I want him to still be featured prominently, and he will regardless of which way it goes, because he'll either be still the menace heel in, this new BCC, or he'll be the valiant babyface fighting for Bryan Danielson even after he's gone, like literally as his successor, because like Danielson's like his father figure. He's literally his mentor. And you heard the crowd when he came out. Like, honestly, I would do Moxley versus Wheeler, whether the title's on the line or not, at the next pay-per-view Full Gear if he's going to stay as a face, and let him just go reach a whole new level from the match they had back in 2022 when Wheeler was trying to join BCC. But I just got this weird feeling after tonight. I'd like to be wrong, but I got this weird feeling that Wheeler is going to turn heel. But on this night, Bryan Danielson stands tall, beats Okada, fights back to BCC for another night. But you got to ask yourself, how much longer until that last drop of sand in the hourglass for the legendary Bryan Danielson's career finally hits the bottom and it all comes to an end. But just for tonight, still got the dub. He's all good. So, yeah. Yes. Okay, you guys, that is Dynamite. We are Dunsky. Put it in the rearview mirror. We are done. Wrestledream is just 10 days away, and it is shaping up to be another legendary night of AEW freaking action on pay-per-view. But before we get to that, we got Bad Blood this Saturday. Scores will be settled. Grudges will be put to rest, and we're all going to hell to see McIntyre and Punk beat the ever-loving shit out of each other and hopefully deliver and make each other actually bleed. And we'll see a tag match that has never happened before and will definitely never happen again between Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns against that Timu-ass tribal chief and the real deal Samoan werewolf, Jacob Fatu. But before we get to that, we got the final SmackDown before the big pay-per-view this Saturday, Bad Blood. How are Cody and Roman going to be able to sustain as a duo before the match actually gets underway? How are LA Knight, Mello and Andrade all going to get in each other's shit and beat each other up backstage and be like all kinds of problems? I don't freaking know. It's going to be wild. Guys, you're not going to want to miss any of these shows going down. You're certainly not going to want to miss what your boy, the best gabber in the biz, has to say afterwards. So keep on liking and damn sure keep on subscribing. And most importantly, keep on remembering that when it comes to talking wrestling, who better to gab with than Gabe. Okay, guys, like I said, happy 5-year anniversary to AEW. We're only just getting started. It's going to be a long road, especially for you dickhead haters who keep hoping they're going to go out of business. Going to be alive and thriving and succeeding, even on your deathbed, and we'll be pissing on it. Losers. But guys, happy 5-year anniversary of Dynamite. I will see you after the final show before Bad Blood this Saturday. So, deuces, and I'll see you guys after SmackDown.